Hi, friends.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hello.
It is 6 o'clock, so just in the interest of everybody's time, we can go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn over to Cliff to welcome everyone and get this started, and I will get our PowerPoint pulled up when we are ready. So, Cliff, if you want to take over, that'd be awesome.
Okay, hold on. I'm using the web app, so I have no idea if you can see me. Can everybody see me and hear me?
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Very
Okay.
clear, very good. So it looks great.
Excellent. Yeah, nobody ever had a problem hearing me, that's for sure. Um, hi, I'm Cliff Watts. I'm the department chair for the Department of Recreation Sciences and Sport Management. We're really excited that you're interested in our program. We have a bachelor's degree in recreation sciences and sport management, and a bachelor's degree in recreational therapy. They're both excellent programs, very well regarded. Our BS in recreational therapy, which you'll hear more about from our program director from recreational therapy, Dr. Carrie Autry, is I'm not just saying it because it's in my department. I really believe this because I know the field, I know the area. It's the best program in the country. We have a graduate certification rate of between 95 and 100% every year, and our students do very well in the field. They're working in adventure therapy, clinical settings, community settings. It's incredible. Sport management is a new program to the unit, but it's not a new program to the university. It was sport studies and kinesiology, but it's sport management here. And it is a fantastic program led by some really great cutting edge scholars who are doing work. They're doing things beyond like the typical sport model, which I think is important to understand. Um, they're they're involved with community development. They're looking at sport as like a way of connecting us all, and that really links well with our recreation park management program, because that program's always had that orientation. So we're a really tight-knit department. We know our students. Even if we have big classes, we know you. We really care about where you get placed, what you want, what are your goals, and how you can be successful after you leave ECU. So I really thank you all for coming tonight and being part of this session. Um, I've been here 18 years, and I don't regret one day I've been here. It's been one of the greatest opportunities I've had in my life. And and I don't know if I'm supposed to take questions or not, but I can take questions. Okay. I also don't know if I'm being heard.
You are being heard.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. Sorry.
We
Uh,
appreciate the introduction. That
yeah,
was
yeah.
wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, Carrie. Dr. Autry, I'm sorry. Um, well, I'm going to turn you over to my very capable faculty. We are really lucky. We have some great folks who come from all over the country that teach our students, and they have a tremendous background and preparation, and we're we're right there. We're in the cutting edge. We know what's going on in the field. So I will turn you over and shut my camera off and listen for a while before I drop off.
Great.
All right.
Jennifer, are you driving our presentation today?
I can, yes. So I'll get that shared for you. And I'll try to listen to pauses for changing slides, but if I don't move fast enough, please tell me to move faster.
No worries. I'll just say next slide.
I'm hoping you guys are looking at this screen. I'll get it obviously moved out to a big slideshow. I see nods, wonderbar. And here we go.
All right. Well, I'll start off by introducing myself. My name is Dr. Emily Yeager, and I teach and research within our recreation and park management concentration that you see listed here. We will also have joining us in just a moment Dr. Stacy Warner to talk to you about our sport management concentration. And then we have Dr. Autry here today to talk about our BS in our Bachelor's of Science in Recreational Therapy. So next slide, please. Oh, previous slide, please. All right, awesome. So, to talk about, what is the career path of someone who might want to have a degree in recreation, park, and sport management? Well, I'll start off by saying we like to play hard and work hard all at the same time. It's a degree where you can absolutely play while you're working. After graduation, we believe that leisure and like enjoying a quality of life is an absolute right and part of your everyday lived experience. And so, career paths that result from our degree program really try to embrace that mantra in life. And through our program, through our experiential learning inside and outside the classroom, and through our curriculum, we try to teach about how to make a difference in people's lives through fun and through recreation. And also, specifically recreation and park management, which I'm representing tonight, it can prepare you for diverse, people-oriented career opportunities. So if you like working with the public, if you like serving others, you can do that while facilitating active, healthy lifestyles for people of all ages and abilities. Next slide, please. Students in our recreation and park management or our sport management degree, they work with people in a wide range of settings. So you could be working within what we call community recreation, so parks and recreation departments in a municipality. You could be working within national parks. You could be working within museums. But you'll learn how to plan across our curriculum, how to plan and conduct programs, marketing, how to supervise others. Perhaps going back to the community rec, you want to do things like designing recreation facilities, or if you're more interested in some of the hospitality management that goes along with our tourism curriculum, you might want to learn about hosting special events and engaging in many other experiences that put recreation to work for others. Next slide. Okay, so again, I'm going to dive just a little bit deeper into the recreation and park management concentration. So next slide. So recreation and park management, as I was kind of alluding to, it covers the entire alphabet. So we help make people happier, more fulfilled through recreational activities while also focusing on a sustainable environment as well. So we have students who have went on to become adventure park slash tour guides, camp counselors. Some of our students are really interested in campus recreation. As I mentioned, community rec facilities, festival and event planning, military recreation, outdoor education interpreters, parks, whether it's national or state or even municipal, working as park rangers, even working with an amusement park. So as you can kind of see, there is a diverse range of career opportunities available with this degree. Next slide, please. I really love this recent accolade from CNNCareerBuilder.com, so in general, just from CNN, that recreation management is one of the 10 unusual majors that can get you a job doing something you enjoy. So, as I mentioned earlier, if you're someone who really enjoys serving others, if you like working with the public, And not to mention, if you work within a municipality or for the state or federal government, you can start working your way towards benefits and accruing those early on right after graduation. I mean, benefits, I'm talking about retirement and Social Security and all the things that we're definitely not thinking about right now at this stage in our life, but you don't have to as you're working in those jobs and accruing those very early on. Next slide, please. Oh, I think we lost the slide. Let's see.
Pause for 1 second. I'm going to stop sharing and try to reshare.
No
Can y'all
worries.
hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just hoping it wasn't my internet, but I don't think so.
I could actually see the slide, Emily.
Really? I couldn't.
Yeah,
hear.
it just, yeah, I don't,
Okay, maybe we should,
I saw it too.
maybe
Okay.
maybe it was me. It was me. I
Okay,
apologize,
that's okay. I was
Jennifer.
like, oh no,
Okay,
you can
I
see it now.
apologize. Yes, I can see
Awesome.
it.
Okay, going back
Okay,
on mute.
it was me, not you. So, a fun fact for y'all is according to the National Recreation and Park Association, which as a sidebar, we encourage our students in the major to be involved in national and state level professional associations for a few reasons, primarily as networking. So, we're going to try early on to share with you opportunities for conferences and other events that you can attend to meet people that might actually want to employ you, whether that's through internships while you're in the degree or even after graduation. But the National Recreation and Park Administration is one of our major associations. And recently they published that Americans spend 33% of their time participating in recreation and leisure activities. So the recreation parks, leisure, and tourism businesses, they comprise a $1.8 trillion industry. So, through commercial recreation and tourism, you might be thinking about whether it's national or international. You might think of tour companies, resorts as a guide, cruise boats, etc. So, like if you're thinking about vacations and any excursions you've ever done, someone had to plan and lead those, and this degree can prepare you for a career in that. We also dive a little bit into restaurant, hotels, hospitality, festivals, and events. So kind of just teaching about that industry, and we can definitely connect you to career opportunities in that sector as well. We also have faculty that focus on recreation, sports, leadership, and community nonprofits. So if you are interested in a career where you might be, leading youth programs like the YMCA, Boys and Girls Club, perhaps church recreation programs, youth camps, maybe even recreation and fitness studies teachers. These are all opportunities that you can learn about in our curriculum, receive experiential learning opportunities, and ultimately career paths. And then in terms of outdoor recreation, as I mentioned earlier, you might have an interest in running parks, whether that's at local, state, national levels. Perhaps you have heard of the Low Ropes course, for example, at North Recreation Complex. So many of our students will go through the Campus Recreation Wellness Center to find student worker positions and then, to help fellow students participate in these programs. Okay, next slide, please. So this might also be of interest to you. Just what are some sample salaries if looking at in our field, and this is kind of you think of things like director of finance and athletic supervisor, recreation programs coordinator. This kind of just gives you a wide view of different positions that might be available just within like community recreation. As I mentioned earlier, that's like your parks and rec departments and municipalities. In that particular area of our field, you see an entry salary. If you don't have a 4-year degree, you're usually starting out around $32,000, but with a degree between 40 to 50. And then, of course, you can see the increase in salary with the higher level positions. What this doesn't tell you, though, is what else a 4-year degree can do for you within your field. And whether it's community rec or something else that I said earlier, it gives you faster vertical mobility. So, what that means is the likelihood of you making it to a supervisor or manager role or even a director role, depending on what sector we're talking about, is going to be a much faster timeline than many other industries that you might be considering a career path in. I'm just going to use the community recreation route as an example. You might start out in a Parks and Rec department, with an entry level job making $55,000 a year. But within 2 years, you could make it to a supervisor or a manager role, because they very much appreciate loyalty and working your way. It's very much a merit-based system. So that's just something else I wanted to put on your radar. Okay, next slide, please. All right, some classes that this is just, some classes that you might take if you are a rec and park management major. I teach our tourism planning and development course, which is a service learning class where we take on a real client. We've worked with different towns around Greenville. We've also worked with other people that are outside of Pitt County, to do things like tourism plans, short-term like Airbnb analysis in communities, etc. But then we also have things like our youth development course, like that Dr. Watts teaches, which is all about not just the psychology, but the actual processes and logistics of working with youth. If that's a career path that you're interested in, we have other experiential learning courses like the Great Smoky Mountains Outdoor Field Experience. You get to spend a week in the Great Smoky Mountains, meeting with other students from other universities, learning about natural resource management and conservation and park planning. Next slide, please. And this is probably my favorite class that we require in the Rec and Park Management degree, which is our internship. So one of the things that we really value in our program is that you should have experience before you ever graduate. One of the biggest pieces of feedback we get from employers is we wish that the students had more experience. And so while we require this capstone course, we will encourage you and provide opportunities and share opportunities to volunteer, to do other types of internships, apprenticeships, etc. But this particular course is completed at the end of our degree program. It's 12 credit hours. So essentially, it's a semester. A lot of our students will complete it in the summertime, but you can complete it, in the spring or the fall, just depending on when your course sequence kind of washes out at the end. But again, the purpose of this internship is to help you develop professionally, build out your network, and hopefully land a job either with that agency that you're interning for or for another agency before you've ever graduated from that internship course. Next slide. Okay, and also just wanted to, and I'm going to let Dr. Warner talk a little bit more about her study abroad opportunities, but we do offer, as I mentioned earlier, experiential learning for our students. So whether that's through study abroad courses, outside of the U.S. or even domestically in the U.S., and we do provide service learning classes and try to bring you into our research as well, because many of our faculty are research faculty.
And if I can just intervene for a second before Dr. Warner gets on. So our study abroad courses in recreation management vary. It really depends on what our faculty have keyed into. For a long time, we did a Australia, New Zealand, Fiji program. We did something in Costa Rica for a while. We've had a course proposed for Alaska for the last couple of years. It really varies, but what you'll find out within the department, and Dr. Warner will explain this a little bit better, is that we'll have varying opportunities over the time that you're at ECU, and I'll drop off after that.
Awesome. Thank you. And it's actually a perfect segue because I'm going to hand it off to my colleague, Dr. Warner. See, she's on here. And Stacy, I hope I didn't undersell your study abroad, because I would love for you to have that chance to talk about it.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, thank you all for being here. My name is Dr. Stacy Warner, and I am a professor in sport management, and I'm here representing the sport management concentration. As you can see there's a nice little view that if you choose ECU, you'll hopefully spend a little bit of time in that stadium, and it's just a really fun place. And if you don't know much about ECU baseball, you probably should find out before you come here, because we are known for our fans and the jungle, and it's something that's very unique to ECU and right across the road from our building. So hopefully that's a site you'll get to see pretty often each spring. But go ahead to the next slide. So in sport management, our program covers a lot of different areas. It's not just one that we're focused on. And I think that that's kind of the unique aspect that we offer that's a little bit different than other programs, because we are in rec sciences and have our great rec management faculty right next door. We blend together a lot of different things in the sport industry. You're going to learn about how to do sports analytics and marketing and revenue promotion, sports law, the psychological aspects, events, facilities. So we're really take a holistic approach to preparing future recreation parks and sport management majors. So those are just a little bit of the things that will be covered. Also within the sport management concentration, kind of a fun thing is that you will get a minor in something, and that minor can be in anything from communications for individuals that want to get into sports broadcasting, having a major in recreation parks and sport management, and getting a minor in communication is usually what they do. So that minor kind of gives you the freedom to specialize where you want to specialize, but learning from the experts across campus, right? So you get a wide, holistic approach to your degree, just based on how we design the curriculum. Okay, the next slide. Some careers that we see people going into, again, it's the gamut. Anything with sport, from recreational sport to elite professional sport. We've got alums all across the globe, really, doing really cool things in all these different areas, from sport marketing to ticketing, sponsorships, any job you can even imagine attached to sport would kind of fall under our umbrella. So you can kind of look at those on the side and see what we have there. Okay, next slide. Again, I started to mention some of the classes that we focus on. One thing that we do almost across the board throughout the department, not just in sport management, is we really try to get you hands-on learning in our classes. So, you're going to have case studies, and you're going to have things and guest speakers that come in, and they really kind of bring to life the course content. Again, typical courses you'll see, but that's kind of the unique aspect of how we do things at ECU. It's kind of embedded in almost all of our classes. As Dr. Yeager said, employers want students with experience. So that's what we give you through our classes and then through the internship. So we really like to think that all of these classes are preparing you kind of to succeed in the sport industry and give you a taste of the different things that you would do as a sport manager. Next slide. Huge focus is experiential learning. We can sit and lecture at you, and you can have various people read a ton of books and read a ton of research and impart knowledge on you and just dump it on you. But until you experience it, it makes a huge difference. And I think that this is kind of where we separate from other universities, and what we really focus on. We want all of our sport management concentration majors to graduate and have a major sporting event experience, whether that's studying abroad or attending a mega event. So throughout your 4 years, it's not just coming and getting a degree. Again, you can get a degree anywhere, but we really focus on what's going to prepare you for that next level. And what we know time and time again is employers want graduates with experience. So that's how we set up our classes. That's how we set up our program. You can kind of see some of the things that we've done in the past. That picture we were just talking about Australia, that's a Sydney Harbor and the Opera House in the background, and our students just having a grand old time there. Each summer for the past, well, let's not count COVID. None of us want to remember that. But since I started here at ECU, I've been here 15 years. I've led a study abroad experience almost every year. It ranges across the globe. And they're really fun, or ballin' experiences. They are, we don't just go to different stadiums and sporting arenas and talk to professionals, but we get you the cultural aspects of it as well. So we really take pride in that. Again, my first year at ECU, I led a study abroad because it's so important. We can teach you so much in Greenville, North Carolina, but it's not until you go out and experience the world that you really set yourself apart. So I am a first generation college grad, and my one regret was not studying abroad and taking advantage of the opportunities that a university provides for you. So I'm adamant that as long as I can keep doing these and keep up with you all, that our program will be offering a study abroad experience. We're trying to get a system. We went to Australia last year. This year, we're going to London and Amsterdam. Next year, we're thinking about doing a New Zealand trip. So you can kind of get, it will go back and forth between Australia, New Zealand, and Europe, just to make sure if you want to go on multiple ones and really see the world, you have that opportunity. We are also going to the Winter Olympics in Italy this year for spring break. And I'll let Carrie kind of talk a little bit more about that, because it's an RT, rec therapy and sport management kind of joint project, but we'll be volunteering at the Winter Olympic Games for the Paralympic athletes and working with Team USA over there and just doing all sorts of cool stuff. We also try to get a mega event experience, and that's going to be it this year. We've gone to the Super Bowl the past 3 years. This year is going to be the Winter Olympics, based on location and different things. Sometimes we'll go to the Final Four. We're just really trying to create opportunities for you all. So again, I think that this is kind of a place where hopefully ECU kind of divides itself as well, because our university is committed to teaching you to be able to operate in a global society. So it's not just in the mission, it's actually what we do. So, okay, next slide. All right. And I will hand it off to Dr. Autry.
Hi, I'm Dr. Autry. I'm the program director for the recreational therapy program. And thank you so much for being here tonight. It's exciting to hear about the other programs. We work very well together. We're excited to be together. And you'll notice that there's crossover between different things that we do together. So just like the study abroad and things like that. So I just wanted to point out that we do have students in our audience, and I'm going to talk a little bit, but we're going to make sure that our students have time to answer questions and tell you all about their experiences too. So recreational therapy, there are definitely some parallels in the conversation that has been tonight between recreation park management and sport management. We believe that recreation, leisure, play, sport is an inherent right for all people. I know Emily talked about that, and Dr. Yeager and Dr. Warner talked about those areas that is a right, and it can be helpful to individuals, families, and communities. But in recreational therapy, we focus on it being a right for people with disabilities. So we are a healthcare profession. We systematically use a process where we help use recreation as a tool, recreation and activities to enhance different function areas in people's lives. So that's could be socially, emotionally, physically, cognitively. So we are focused on that primarily for people with disabilities and other impairments and conditions. We do prepare you to be a recreational therapist in our program. So if we are more in the healthcare environment, and even if we're in more of a community or a nonprofit environment, we're going to be working on treatment teams or other team approaches. And in a treatment team, we can work with physicians and nurses, psychologists, other therapists, and we can also provide individual opportunities and services, and also group. So our careers. So you'll see us working in physical rehab, behavioral health, long-term care with older adults. We can work in the community, adapted sports, pediatrics, school systems with the VA. It's wide open, and we work with from children to older adults. So where you're interested in, we can make it happen. Go to the next slide. So this slide is showing you mostly where we do work and who we work with. So you'll see recreational therapists in hospital, outpatient, community, skilled nursing, some in schools. And we work a lot with older adults, but also in behavioral health, developmental disabilities, and physical rehab. And again, that can be across the ages, okay? So pediatrics, older adults. Okay, we can move on. You're fine. Next slide.
Sorry, I clicked a button while you were talking. I'm
No,
so
you're
sorry.
fine. I tend to go back and forth. So, people wonder about the salary. So in the recent U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, we do see a median pay of around $60 or around $29 per hour. And that's from 2024 data. And we are projected to grow 3%. So that's average in the next decade. So, and it's number 10 in college majors that lead to very satisfying careers. And I can account for that. Some of the things that we've been working on is to have some declaration requirements that might look a little different than on our website right now. But to be eligible, we have a 2.2 GPA. And if you've already earned 30 credits, then you can declare recreational therapy as a major. And then we have some field experience hours that we want you to bring into the program. And we require 25 of those. And we do accept fall, spring, summer students. So it's on a rolling basis. Our courses. So our courses are similar to like what the other programs talked about. We really provide you with some foundational knowledge, especially when you start. So you are getting some lecture, but we're bringing in some hands-on type of experiences. And then we move you into like some intervention classes and getting some experiences, leading activities with each other, and understanding what the meaning is behind them and the outcomes. And we talk about evidence-based practice and why those would be good for people with disabilities and help them and be therapeutic. And then we move you into practicum, which isn't on here, but that really gets you into practicing with clients with disabilities in the community. And I know Lainey's shaking her head because I know she's just got her clients that she's starting to work with. And Kara, she's in the semester before that, getting her experiences in the classroom and that engagement. So we have students at different phases, and it's exciting to see you all here to talk more about that. And then our culminating experience, like the other areas, we have an internship course. This is really important. You're still a student, but you're like Dr. Yeager said, it's kind of our favorite part is to see you out there, out in the field, still a student, but getting that experience. And that's going to jump you off into the next phase of your life of being a recreational therapist. So we have other student experiences that are really important to your courses. And I know that other programs have their clubs, and our club in recreational therapy is the Recreational Therapy Student Society. And they do lots of different things in the community, and they are together out of the classroom and have some social aspects to being together and learning outside the classroom. But we also have some really unique areas in our recreational therapy program that you don't see in other programs. We're kind of cutting edge and really current in some of the things that we're offering. So we have a Center for Applied Psychophysiology, which is actually our biofeedback lab. And there's only 2 in the country, and related to recreational therapy. So that's a very unique experience. I have a sailing simulation lab, which is unique in the United States. There's only 2 of us, and one of them is at ECU. So that's a picture of the sailing simulator. We're working in that picture with a spinal cord injury, someone with a spinal cord injury, and he's learning to sail. And he never thought that he would be able to do this. His injury is pretty high, but we worked with him. We adapted what we needed to do to help him sail, and he learned how to sail, and he actually went out on the water in a sailboat. So those are some of the things that we do in a sailing simulation lab, but it's it's more than about sailing. It's cognitive, it's social, it's emotional, as well as physical. We have a sensory lab. So we have a multi-sensory environment in our building at ECU, and we also have a sensory trailer. This is cutting edge as well. So in fact, at every football game this year, the sensory trailer will be there. And the purpose of that is if there's people who have autism, or they're on the spectrum, or experiencing anything related to PTSD, maybe they're a veteran. So this sensory trailer, as you can imagine, at a ball game, there's sensory overload. So if anybody needs like a place to decrease some of that stimulation, they can come to the sensory trailer, and it's we offer students to volunteer during this, and so that's pretty unique. We have faculty that do virtual reality as an intervention with older adults, developmental disabilities. I use virtual reality in my sailing lab. So we have the study abroad that Dr. Warner talked about, and I think one of our students might be going on that. Is that correct? um, so maybe she can let you know some of the things that she's learned about that. But I think Dr. Warner really gave a good background about that being in Italy and the Paralympics, the Winter Paralympics, and really understanding all the different sports that are important in that event. And I know there's been other study abroads as well. Okay, go to the next section. So, like I said earlier, we do prepare you for being a recreational therapist upon your Bachelor of Science degree. So, you'll be eligible to sit for a certification exam and be licensed in the state of North Carolina. So, licensing makes it bounds it by law. So, in order to practice recreational therapy, we have to be licensed. So, all your professors are licensed, and we prepare you all to be licensed in the state of North Carolina. If you move out of North Carolina, you can still keep that license. But we do have a high passing rate, like Dr. Watts said earlier, and we're always significantly higher in our passing rates for that certification exam to become CTRS. That's higher than the national rate. We are also an accredited program under the Commission of Accreditation of Allied Health Programs. It's pretty significant that we are accredited in our recreational therapy program. And we just had a visit last year, and our feedback was very high. So I can say that I've been here 7 years, and one of the reasons I came to this program and department at ECU was its reputation. It's always had a high reputation nationally, and I wanted to be a part of it. Okay. And I think it's really important to let you know that we also have an accelerated BS MS degree. And this is where you can start taking graduate classes during your senior year as an undergrad. And then you can get your master's degree in 1 year after that. So there's certain requirements to be able to be eligible to apply to that program. But one of those is that you have 3.3, and that just means that we need you to have a little bit higher understanding of the content because it's a little bit more intense when you're taking grad classes with your undergrad classes. And then you have to have you can't be over so many credits. And we actually have one of our students, Lainey, who has just started that program as an undergrad. So I think that is it. So I'm going to stop talking and let us go on to the next phase. Thank you so much.
I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Our student ambassadors, do you want to share some about your experience and your study abroad? If anyone's doing the accelerated track, we would love to hear from you.
Hi guys, my name is Lainey. So I'm a senior-ish because I'm in the 4+1 program. So I have my senior year here this year, and then I have another year next year. Coming into college, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I was undecided for probably a year and a half. And then through volunteering, I found my way to recreational therapy. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. I found my calling in life. I know this is where I'm meant to be. I started out volunteering with the Special Olympics, and I wasn't even looking for a job. I volunteered with them for probably a year. And they were like, so would you want to work with us? I'm like, absolutely. So now I work for the Special Olympics. I'm a specialized program leader. So in the fall, I teach adaptive soccer, adaptive bowling, and adaptive flag football. I love it. It's a little chaotic with football, but it's so much fun. I am also going on the study abroad trip. I got accepted to that, so I am super excited. I will be taking that as an undergrad versus a master's class because if you do the 4+1, it's a little tricky with the credits that you have to take. So I will be taking that as an undergrad. But yeah, I have really enjoyed my time here. I love all the professors. They are very hands on. And like they said earlier, with this, you really get to know them one on one, which I truly enjoy. I don't want to feel like one in a million. You know, I want that one on one connections with my professors where I can easily walk up to them and ask a question because I'm the student in class that always has their hand up. But yeah, if you guys have any questions for me, please just let me know. And it's good to talk to you guys.
Hi, my name is Kara. I am a senior and my major is recreational therapy. I actually am from Virginia, so I'm an out-of-state student, which coming to ECU was very new because like a lot of my friends and people from home were going to schools in Virginia. And the day I actually toured here, I kind of just immediately knew that like ECU was my place. Literally every single person that I met was the most friendly people I've ever met. Something about North Carolina just has that charm. And once I met everybody kind of in the program, I just like had an instant connection. All the professors are amazing. I actually am in the honors college and I have to do kind of like a capstone, like a research project. And I'm working with Dr. Loy. He's a professor and I'm going to create like a sensitive Santa event where I'm collaborating with the Autism Society of North Carolina. And I'm gonna create this event that's sensory sensitive to individuals with autism. So I'm in the works of that, and I really have a strong passion for it because just working on it every week is just making me so excited, and I'm ready for December to come because I want the event to happen. But I absolutely love rec therapy, and the one-on-one connection is what I was looking for. Like in my cohort, we only have 10 people in my class, and I love that so much. And that's just kind of what I was looking for. So if you have any questions, just let me know.
Hey everyone, my name is Maria Santana, and I'm a senior currently majoring in sport management with a minor in communications and exercise and sports science, which I'm finally done with the minors, so I'm really happy about that one. But I think my favorite part about ACU is like how helpful the professors can be, and I don't mean to brag Dr. Warner, but she is the reason why I currently have internships right now. I have 3 internships. Currently the student manager for the soccer team. I intern for ECU like football recruiting, and also I do athletics media. And Dr. Warner will push you to get those internships, and her intro to sport management class is the best. She makes you like purchase these like memberships with like work in sports, and that's how I got my summer internships. She also really pushed me to study abroad, which I did. I went to the UK this past summer, and it was the best. I'm very passionate about soccer, so I got to see all the England soccer teams, and we also went to Scotland and all of that. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about anything, just reach out to me, and that's it.
Okay, I think that was all of our students. Thank you all for sharing your experience. Oh no, I don't think you guys can see me. Can you see me? Okay. Well, I turned my camera on, but it's giving me a hard time, so I'm sorry. And my children are screaming in the background, so just bear with us here. But I wanted to say hello. My name's Jennifer Cranford. I'm the Director of Learner Success and Support in the college. And what that means is I help you after these wonderful people help you secure your internship spots. We can provide some help with your experiential learning or anything else hands-on. I also like to remind folks of scholarships. HHP has a plethora of scholarships to give away, and we love to help support your journey through ECU financially so that you don't have to worry about that debt after school. So if you're an incoming student, the scholarship portal will open October 1st. And if you are a current student, my folks up here, write this down. November 1, your scholarship's open. You'll be getting an email from me though as well. And then our open house is October 25th, so we hope to see everybody there. That's big. ECU is having an open house, but you will get time to come and see these lovely folks in person, see our spaces, classrooms, all the wonderful things we have to offer for you. And then I will just plug that I do personally know an alum who graduated from the sport management program, and he is currently an operations manager with the Carolina Hurricanes. So just to reiterate that this program is awesome, and he started at a minor league baseball in Fayetteville, I believe, and then moved to Raleigh. So you have a wide range of opportunities in North Carolina and beyond, and you are in wonderful hands with these amazing, amazing people here. But I also want to ask our advisors that are on the call if anything was missed or if you just want to say hello, want to give you that opportunity as well.
Oh, hey everyone, I'm Kelsey Webster. I am the academic advisor for the recreational therapy program. I don't think that anything was missed. Everyone did a fantastic job. This is a wonderful program. But if you have any questions, especially if you're taking any like early college, if you're in an early college, high school, or taking any dual enrollment classes, anything like that, if you have any questions about what will transfer over or how all of that works, please reach out to me. And yeah, and again, I cannot brag enough about this program.
Thanks, Kelsey.
I'm Vanessa Bright. I work with the Recreation, Park, and Sport Management majors. And everything that was said, not a lie was told. We want you to know what you're doing by the time you leave, and we give you more than enough opportunities to do that, whether that's working with faculty or going on trips or hearing from guest speakers that tell you exactly how they got where they are so that you can find out how to get where you want to be.
Thanks, Vanessa.
Jennifer,
Yes.
I'm so glad that Vanessa and Kelsey got to introduce themselves and talk. I just want to put in some very high kudos about Kelsey and Vanessa. Advising is key, and I know it helps your life on campus and in the program. And I can't say enough about Kelsey and Vanessa and how great they are as advisors. They work with us closely in our programs. They know the students, and they just make our life so much better in the programs to have them by our side. So I just really wanted to make sure that you know that we have you we have you covered in the advising and in the classroom and in your experiences here.
I couldn't agree more. I work like 2 doors down from Kelsey, and students are always there smiling and having a great time. And every time I go downstairs and see Vanessa, she's just a ball of sunshine, and all of our other wonderful advisors. So, yes, can attest in real time that students are always satisfied when they leave there. So, thank you both for all that you do.
Thank you all for your kind words.
The best. Okay. So before we wrap up for the night, we have some time left. Anybody on the call have any questions for anyone? And if you don't want to speak, you can absolutely type it in the chat. And while I'm going to put my email, go ahead, Megan.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Megan. I am a senior in high school. I'm from Chapel Hill. I actually just toured ECU yesterday. It was beautiful. I loved it. I'm actually already accepted into ECU through the through the NC College Connect program. And I just accepted. And so thank you. I'm pretty sure, well, positive that I will be attending ECU in the fall. I'm interested in the recreation sciences department, specifically the recreation and parks concentration, but also the sports management concentration. And I'm kind of stuck between the two, like which one to go into. I know there's a bit of crossover. So if there's any advice, I don't know, any comments, I've done some research on the website and the Instagram. I'm interested in the Super Bowl event management class, but I'm also really interested in the sailing simulation. But if I'm not going into the recreational therapy, like path, is that something that I can do as like a volunteer or an independent study? Just because I grew up sailing, I'm a sailing coach right now. And I know it's kind of like taking everything from each department, but I guess I'm just interested in it all.
If you don't mind, I would love to take that. First of all, Megan, you're way ahead of the game. You already have, you're kind of the department picked, and I think, the school and everything like that, and just everything you said, I do think we're the perfect fit for you. There's a lot that we can do, and you start out, you don't have to decide right now, or you don't have to pick a lane right now. I think everybody on this call, especially the faculty in those three areas, I know as soon as you said sailing, Dr. Autry's kind of lit up a little bit. But what I love about ECU is you are not a number here. You're going to come in and you're going to go into one of our offices, and we're going to tell you the same thing. Take the best out of those programs. And there's also something called an interdisciplinary minor that you can kind of find a faculty that will support you on it. You can take credits from rec therapy and the sailing lab and work with them. You can take credits from here, and you can kind of create your own minor. It's not something that a lot of people know about or do. But as soon as they find a student that's like, I want to do this, this, and this, and it's like, I know the people that will help you do that. And most of us are in Belk and have offices right next to each other. So just know that there's a path for that, and you don't have to narrow. Like, you already did the hard work. So just enjoy that. And our core classes will help lead you down the right concentration, whether it's rec parks management or sport management. We have the same core classes. So you're going to be in those classes, and you're going to naturally find a path. And then Dr. Yeager, can you confirm, is there a minor in your concentration as well?
As far as I know, yes.
Good.
I'm gonna
Actually, Vanessa might have a
I was about to say,
better option.
things
Sorry.
change from semester to semester, so I'll let the advisors confirm that.
Yes, there is a rec and park management minor.
Oh, I'm gambled. So yes,
Well,
that was good.
But is there a minor built into that concentration?
Yes.
Yes. So they can get another 21 credit minor. Yeah. Okay. And that's where the interdisciplinary one could come in to play for that.
And Megan, I'll add to that. I'm sure Dr. Autry wants to say something as well. For everyone on this call, so you can be as entrepreneurial as you want to be about your degree. Okay, so your experiences, whether you get them for credit in a classroom or whether you're getting them for volunteer hours, internships, whatever it is, if you ask for it from the faculty, we will make sure that it happens for you. I mean, I all the time, Dr. Warner and I are both fans of independent studies, and like I get students all the time that are saying, "Hey, like, kind of like you, I'm in sport management, but I kind of like this project you were talking about. How do I get involved? I say, great, you want to earn some class credit? I'll help you create an independent study where you can get class credit for working with me on this. So we will support you however you want your experience to look.
And that's fun for us too. It's kind of like choose your own adventure type books, you know?
And definitely the sailing lab, we can use volunteers. An independent study would make sense as well. We're working with a guy, a student on campus. He's pre-med, who was a sailing instructor in high school, and he is going to help us with some studies that we're working on. And I'm working with another recreational therapy student. We're going to work with him and being a peer mentor to some youth programming that we're working on. So, Megan, definitely, especially that you have sailing experience. But even if someone doesn't, um, it's open. So, but when you visit next time, we'll show you the lab. That's what Kara did when she was here. She got into our sailing simulator, right?
That's awesome. Well, thank you.
Any other questions that we can answer? I know we're at 7, but this has been such a great conversation. So, any other questions for us? And if you think of anything, I'm going to put my email in our chat here if everybody else wants to share so people can reach out if they think of anything after. That'd be wonderful. Everybody here is very responsive. So, if you have questions, we are very willing and able to help. And again, if you plan to come see us, ECU's open house is October 25th, and we would love to have you here. Anything else from my friends on the screen? I'm really sorry my camera didn't work, guys. All right. Well, thank y'all so much for attending our virtual academic night tonight. I hope you have a wonderful evening. You learned a lot, and we look forward to seeing you at ECU. Bye, everybody.